Hi, and welcome on to Transfer Daily, the show that takes a look at players linked with a January transfer move to the Arsenal. And we're closing down on the January transfer window, closing right now. And of course, we're all waiting for that deal to get across the line. That's the deal for Gabriel Paulista. We was thinking that the deal would be done yesterday. We know that the work permit issue's been overcome, and we were told yesterday, reports were that Paulista was actually over in France getting a medical done and getting ready for, so that he could speed things up to get him ready for the big announcement. But it hasn't been announced yet. It could be today, but I'm told that there's no hitches in the deal, that the work permit's done, as I said, and that Paulista will be an Arsenal player, and a lot of people saying that he may even be available for the weekend's game, possibly, be on the bench. Maybe I'll be able to bring him on for a little bit, but Paulista deal is going to be happening very, very soon. Another deal that we know has been done, and one of the reasons why we know the Paulista deal is definitely going to happen is that Joel Campbell has moved in the other direction. He's gone out on loan to Villarreal and was pictured yesterday in Villarreal holding up a Villarreal scarf as he got to the club. He was also training with the Villarreal first team yesterday, and Joel Campbell set for a debut at the weekend. He put it out on Twitter and promised that he's going to work very hard for Villarreal, and he still holds out hopes of coming back to play for Arsenal. But Joel Campbell definitely gone to Villarreal. So the deal for Paulista imminent, and as I said, possibly we could hear about that one being announced today. But who else is going to come in at Arsenal? And it's been very interesting. A couple of targets have been linked with a move to Arsenal. More defenders, and a couple of them surprising. One of them is the AC Milan defender, Adil Rami, French defender, Adil Rami, good defender actually, aged 29 years of age right now. And it's said that he's available for about £6 million. Kind of a strange one, this one, because he's a bit of a fixture at AC Milan. He doesn't want to leave AC Milan. If you read all the things that he said, he loves it at Milan. He wants to stay at Milan. But Milan trying to, make space to bring in other players. It hasn't really been going very well for AC Milan this season, over the past couple of seasons. And it does seem to be floating out there that Rami, if people come in with the right price, Rami would be available. Whether Arsenal would come in for Adil Rami at this stage after buying Paulista, I really don't know. Another player that we've been linked with is a right back this time, veteran right back, goes by the name of Yao Pereira. We've mentioned him before on the show that Arsenal have been linked with him. He's plays for Valencia, hasn't really been getting any game time at Valencia. He's definitely available right now. And of course, we've had the injury to Matthew Debuchy. But again, I don't know if Arsene Wenger is going to move for a right back, because he's got Chambers who can play there, and he's got Hector Bellerin who's come in and done really, really well in the right back position. You've even got a guy like Coquelin who could cover that right back position as well if need be. So I'll be very, very surprised if Arsene Wenger moved for Yao Pereira. He hasn't really played much, as I said, for Valencia. 30 years of age, of course, he'd bring a lot of experience, but hasn't played in the Premier League before. And again, anybody you bring in January, as I've been saying for a little while, has got to hit the ground running. Another player we've been linked to is a youngster this time. He plays for Birmingham City. He's been getting a lot of interest in this January transfer window from various clubs. We've heard that Liverpool have been very interested in signing him. We've heard that also Red Bull Salzburg want to buy him. Lots of clubs around the UK have looked at him. I think Bournemouth have put in about 3 different bids for him that have all been turned down by Birmingham. And that's Birmingham starlet, goes by the name of Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray, what do we know about him? He's 18 years of age, youngster. He's a winger, and in the Championship, he's rated as one of the best players in the Championship, and he's rated as one of the hottest prospects around right now. As I said, Liverpool, who seem to like these really quick, fast wingers, are very, very interested in him and looking to make a bid. But we're being told that Arsenal also taking a close look at Demarai Gray, and may be interested in making a little late bid for him in the January transfer window. I don't think he'd be very cheap, Demarai Gray. Remember, he's English. And, of course, there's a lot of clubs after him, so Birmingham are going to want to get the most amount of money they can. But Arsenal taking a look at Demarai Gray. Another one that we've been hearing about forever, and we're being told that this one, again, is Arsenal still looking at this player. Still, he's one of Arsenal's #1 targets. We've been... You know, we've sort of been looking at it and thinking to ourselves, if this is going to happen, it's going to happen in the summer and not right now in the January transfer window. But news that, and we're talking about Morgan Schneiderlin, by the way, but news that Southampton are interested in signing Jordi Clasie from Feyenoord has again reignited, you know, interest and news that maybe Arsenal may move for Morgan Schneiderlin in the January transfer window. It'd be a very expensive deal. It's going to be 20 million plus to sign Schneiderlin. And I'm still very, very doubtful. Even if Southampton did sign Jordi Clasie, I'm still very, very doubtful that they'd be wanting to let Morgan Schneiderlin go in the January transfer window. Let's not forget, Southampton are above us in the league. They're still in 3rd place. They're still flying high. Why would they want to sell Schneiderlin at this stage? They resisted selling him in the summer when all kinds of offers were coming in their way. And even the player himself wanted to leave, and they dug in their heels and wouldn't let him leave then. So I'm almost sure that there's no chance that Schneiderlin's going to be moving anywhere in January. Summer, yes, I think that definitely he's going to be a massive target for Arsenal. But right now, I just think that with Coquelin playing so well, Arsene Wenger's looking at him thinking, well, Coquelin's doing good. I've still got the cover of Flamini and Mikel Arteta still to come back. I can cope with that position. That's what he's thinking until the summer, and then I'll probably make a move for Schneiderlin then. But certainly Schneiderlin being linked again today with a move to Arsenal. And as I said, most of that is based off of the fact that Southampton interested in signing Jordi Clasie. One final one to tell you about, and this one is very intriguing and very interesting. Sun newspaper today making claims that Arsenal are very interested in going back in and trying to sign Luis Suarez. Now, we all know the Luis Suarez saga before, the 40 million and £1, and how Liverpool turned that down. And then subsequently, there was the bite in the summer in the World Cup, and then he ended up moving to Barcelona for £75 million, remember. It hasn't worked out for Luis Suarez so far in Barcelona. And, you know, a lot of people would say, well, come on, man, give the guy a chance. He hasn't been there that long, which is very true. But we all know what sort of club Barcelona, Real Madrid is. You don't get long at these clubs. You know, you really do have to hit the ground running at those clubs. And if you don't, you can be on your way. Luis Suarez only scored 2 goals, amazingly. When you think about the season that he had last year, he's only scored 2 goals in 11 league appearances for Barcelona. And there's a lot of Barcelona fans saying, listen, he's not happening here. He's there with a couple of other superstars. We know, of course, Messi's there, Neymar's there. The team's kind of overloaded. We know in the first place that they didn't really need Luis Suarez, Barcelona, but Barcelona being Barcelona, they had to compete with Real Madrid because they signed Bale. And, well, he's over there and in Barcelona and not the focal point, not the main man like what he was at Liverpool. And he seems to be suffering a bit for it. Now, the Sun are saying that Arsenal are interested in bringing him back to the UK. They've got a load of money. They will have loads of money in the summer. They'll probably offload Podolski permanently, so that wage bill, etc., will come off of the wage bill and get money for him. They'll probably offload a couple of other players, and the Arsenal would be in a position to make a bid to bring Luis Suarez back to the UK. 75 million, remember, is what Barcelona paid for Luis Suarez. Can't see Arsenal in a million years paying that sort of money. Although I did say that they wouldn't pay that sort of money, and they brought in Ozil, and they have paid 35 million pounds this year to sign Sanchez. And could you imagine a team with Sanchez and Suarez and Ozil in it and Cazorla? That'd be an amazing team. But we're dreaming a bit at the moment. But the Sun, they're claiming that this is a very serious bid, and that, you know, well, not bid, but this is very serious interest from Arsenal, and they're watching things very closely. A lot of turmoil there at Barcelona, and if they can pounce and bring Suarez back to the UK, they would. I suppose if Suarez was going to come back to the UK, there'd only be a couple of places he could go. Manchester City, obviously, but then they're overloaded with strikers at the moment, so maybe, and financial fair play wise, etc., they probably wouldn't be able to move for him. Liverpool, of course, it would be an option where he could return to them. He wouldn't go to Manchester United, I very much doubt it. So probably Liverpool or Arsenal would be the two realistic targets where he could come back to if it doesn't work out for him at Barcelona. And then remember as well, the player himself is not going to want to leave Barcelona. He's going to want to prove himself there. But it's going to be certainly interesting to watch that one. If he continues to have a poor season there in Barcelona, what happens in the summer with Luis Suarez? Let's just get into a couple of your comments. Let me see there. Harry Riker says, Robbie, regardless of what you think, let's look at the hard stats. He's still going on about Jack Wilshere from yesterday. He said Jack has 1 goal and 1 assist while playing in his favoured role this season. Santi has been moved around the field to accommodate Jack, and he still has 5 goals and 4 assists, just to mention that. Listen, we know that Santi Cazorla has been on fire. I was just saying on the show yesterday, let's not diss Jack Wilshere while he was injured, because he was playing very, very well before he got that injury. Rob Hull says Coquelin and Jack should be interchanging depending on who we play. Talking about Jack Wilshere when he comes back, he said there are certainly cases where we need a holding midfielder of Coquelin's ilk to sit in front of the defence and protect them from the waves of attack, but we're not in that position every game. You know, he's talking about again the Jack Wilshere, Coquelin, how we're going to accommodate them. True Guna says Kevin Grosskreutz, who we spoke about yesterday, from Dortmund, midfielder, defensive midfielder, has been linked with a move to Arsenal. He said rumours are starting to gain traction on this. He said, for me, it's a step backwards. He said, not a step forwards for us. He represents a talent that is not up to scratch to really challenge anyone. He said he will be strictly come in as a utility player with not much talent, and we've already got 3 right backs technically. So he's not really feeling the Grosskreutz one. And we got one. I'm going to do this last one here. The Valletta Z said, did someone say Busquets is not good on the ball? Wow. And that was for someone, there was a fan yesterday who said, you know, he doesn't rate Busquets on the ball. He doesn't want us to sign Busquets. This guy not agreeing with that at all. Don't forget, keep your comments coming in. Leave your comments below. Love all the comments we come in. Love all the suggestions we get for players. The real question is after the Paul Easter deal gets done, is Arsenal going to make another signing before the end of the January transfer window? They claim that they're still looking and they haven't closed things off yet. And as I said, very intriguing. Would Arsenal go back in for Luis Suarez in the summer if he became available from Barcelona? And you know what I'd like to know from you? Would you want him? Would you want Luis Suarez if he became available in the January transfer? Sorry, not in the January transfer window, because we know that's not going to happen. In the summer. If he became available in the summer and Arsenal could get him, would you want Luis Suarez at Arsenal Football Club? Leave those in the comments below, and thanks for watching today.